Hello everyone, it's Sanjay Afridi from Game Logics, and this is the 22nd part of our tutorial series how to make other switch game in Unity. Okay, so what I'm gonna do in this tutorial is I am going to create a simple script uh, which will be very helpful for object pooling. Okay, and if you haven't subscribed my channel, then subscribe my channel for some and cool tutorials like this. Okay, so because I will be creating more and more games in the future, inshallah. So in order to get the notifications, you have to subscribe my channel, and as well as you have to press the bell icon. Okay, and now I think that these obstacles are enough for the moment. Okay, we don't need to create any more obstacles. If we need them, then it's simple, we will create them. Okay, but for the moment, let's stick with them, and let's create our um, that script that I was talking about. Okay, object pool script. Okay, object pool. So that script is important. Okay, and why we will use the script? Why that script is necessary? Because we will need our score changer, like the score, the objects that will like the stars. Okay, for which we have created this script destroy object. Okay, so this destroy object is particularly created for the stars that will appear, and we will pick them, and they will they will get destroyed, and they will increment our score, they will increase our score. Okay, so that will be created, like we will increase the score at the runtime. Okay, so these objects will be created at the runtime. Okay, and another objects that pool script will instantiate, will create at the runtime, will be our color change pickup. Like when our player will collide with that color changer, so it will change the color of our player. Okay, so I hope that you are getting the idea what I'm trying to say. Okay, so the score changer objects and the color changer objects, we will instantiate them in the runtime. Okay, so for that we need that script, the object pool script. Okay, so let's create the script. Object pool. Okay, so let's create this. Let's wait a while for the Unity to do its things, to build the project to build the script for us, not the project. Okay, so let's try to code that. Hmm. Yep, I think, yeah, our Visual Studio code is upgraded. Okay, why I'm not getting that thing? Oh yeah, now you are good to go to work. Okay, so we don't need this update method, and we don't need this start method. Okay, okay, so now let's we do need a few data members. Uh, Public um, game object and pooled object, the object that we will be pooling. Okay, so we will assign it like our star object or the color changer object. Okay, and then another public and int pooled amount, like how many so this should be like, let's say for the moment 20. We can change them, okay, in the inspector, okay, because it's public. Okay, so we can change them in the inspector, okay. So 20 is good. Okay, another game object is going to be public bool will grow. Okay, so let's keep it true. Okay, so like this will be our amount, like how many objects we want to instantiate at the runtime, we want to create at runtime. And this will be used like if we need more than the pooled amount, like let's say we need 21 game objects to be created at the runtime, or 22, 23. Okay. So for that purpose, like if we need more than our pooled amount, okay, then we will use this will grow. And the last data member is going to be our list, and the list is going to be of game object, and it's going to be pooled objects. Okay, so um, let's let's initialize this list. Okay, so let's actually create like pooled objects, new. Okay, so initialization, this was the definition, and this is the properly initialization, not the initialization like we have assigned anything to this. Okay, just to create it properly. Okay, it's creation, like you can say that. Okay, so now let's add some objects to our list, and I equal to 0, and we will iterate from to the, up to the pooled amount. We'll iterate up to the pooled amount, and I plus plus the same old-fashioned for loop. And then let's create a game object, and instantiate uh, our pooled object. Okay, why you're having error? I know I was gonna do that. So the error because it's you know what, instantiate returns the object. Okay, but you are assigning it to a game object, not a generic object. Okay, so we need to typecast it as a game object. Okay, let me show you. See, its return type is uh, object. Okay, so it belongs to object class at the instantiate method. So, but we are assigning it to game object, so we need to typecast it explicitly. Now the error should be gone. Why? Unity, what the hell? Why? Why the hell is that? This shouldn't be like. Okay, so let me check this why you are having this error, then I will tell you why you are having this error. Okay, so I have figured out the problem. Okay, so actually the problem is this thing. Okay, like this is some sort of reserved word. Okay, we can't use it. Okay, so just to to resolve this issue, we need to just change its spelling. Okay, then this will. Okay, so as you see, now the problem has been resolved. Okay, so it was some sort of a reserved word. Okay, so that's why it was giving us an error. Okay, so now we don't want this. See here. Okay, so it's a reserved word. Okay, and object dot set active false. Okay, so like at the time of their creation, we don't want them to be active. Okay, we don't want them to see there. Okay, we will use we will instantiate them through some other scripts. Okay, so in this script we are not going to make them appear. We don't want them to appear at the time of creation. Okay, like when they are created, so we don't want them to visible. Okay, to be visible. Let's add this object to our list called objects dot add objc. Okay, so it's been added. Okay, so that's it. Okay, so uh, it will populate list. Uh, our list will be populated with these objects, like the one that we will assign them from the inspector. Okay, like they might be our stars or color changer. Okay, now we need a method, and that method we will use. Okay, so this is the main method. We will use this method, and from other scripts that will actually give us those objects that we are going to instantiate. Okay, and the return type is going to be game object and get pooled object. Okay, so this method will give us uh, the game objects like the stars and the color changer. Okay, so now in this method, what we are going to do is we will be using the loop. Okay, uh, the loop will go from 0 up to this time pulled objects dot count. Okay, and I plus plus. So now let's say if okay, so now we will actually uh, assign every object to their proper indices. Okay, so like let's say it will first check that pulled objects of like at the index 0. If it's null, like we haven't assigned anything, like here we have just added those objects, like okay, so they are not assigned to their proper indices. Okay, now we need to assign them. Okay, so like game object obj, and the same thing. Let's copy this. Okay, and we don't want them to be active. Okay, so obj dot set active false. Okay, and pooled objects of I, like at that proper index, we need to assign that object. Okay, and then we need to return that particular object. Okay, it's like say at index 0 1 2. Okay, that's it. And now another thing that we need to do is we need to make sure that if they are not active pooled object of I, like at the index 0 1. Okay, so if they are not active in hierarchy, then we need to return the same thing, like if they are not active in hierarchy. Okay, okay, in hierarchy I mean here, here. Okay, if they are not active here, then we need to, okay, this error will be gone. Okay, when I'm finished. Okay, so yeah, and another thing that we need to, yeah, if will grow is true, then we need to create another game object. Okay, and then simply return that object. Simple as that. Okay, and otherwise we need to return what? Null. Okay, so this is it. Okay, let me show you the error. It will be gone. Okay, so now it's gone. So this is it for this tutorial. Okay, and if you have any questions about this tutorial, if you haven't understood anything, then let me know in the comments, and I will and subscribe my channel. Okay, if you haven't subscribed it yet. Okay, because I have strong intentions to make the multiplayer Ludo game. Okay, after as soon as this game as soon as we finish this game. Okay, so see you in the next tutorial.